was just a quick little update, night 2, and I've got this much done. I was able to reuse one of my doors. That way I didn't have to cut a new one. That was pretty cool. Even though I did have to add this board here because I made this overall height higher. But this time I was able to have, before where the air compressor was, there was nothing above it. And now this time I was able to have this drawer with a bunch of tool cases and everything in it, which is pretty cool. Retain all the hardware up here, put it up here on this little corner. That's what this was actually measured out and designed for all of these. And then, man, I should have did this from the start, all of these pull-out drawers. So they're, like I said, full of everything, odds and ends. That one's actually not full of anything yet. I think that's as high as I'm gonna go because of the track. Look, man, I still got Randy's paint from his car all over me. I gotta build a door for this weekend and put the shelf up there that goes on top. So, and I think I'm gonna probably put a floor possibly in here. Might leave this one open, but this one will probably get its own pocket where it actually gets a floor, and then maybe 2 or 3 shelves in here, and then a little door for right there. I'll probably be able to take one of them that I already have and cut it and redo the edge. I haven't reused the door if I bring the floor up like I did over there. So that's working out. Got the ledge put in this afternoon. Had to put some wood glue down in that because it was split. So that's a raw cut, like farm wood, basically a rustic look. This is gonna stay just like this, and it's gonna get some beadboard on the face. Tomorrow I'll try to get my wires ran through there and my receptacles. I'm gonna reuse that plug, put a receptacle here. And I think we're gonna hit the metal yard and get some stainless steel edges and put stainless steel around the edge of this table to just give it the industrial, nut bolt hardware stainless strip look. So that'll be pretty cool. And then once I get this done up here, I might I'm gonna have power in here, so I might snake power up through there and put one of them Harbor Freight LED lights up there to light up all the nuts and bolts. That'd be pretty freaking amazing. Don't know what I'm gonna do about this open area yet. Probably just leave it honestly open. I really should get a like a step stool for getting up there. So maybe I'll get one that fits in here, put a nice hook up here where, the step stool just kind of hangs up there. I don't know, I don't really like exposed junk like that. Also thought about making it so the step stool fits in there and goes into that pocket, but we'll see. I just kind of make everything up like my car, piece by piece. So I'm not bringing this one back over. I'm gonna trim that out, put beadboard down that, and then paint that area actually gray. So that's all for tonight. It's another 10 o'clock night, and I'm gonna call that a wrap. Mama's always complaining that this youngin's so bad. Harbor, what are we doing? Youngin's not bad. So that's where we are at right now. As you can see, I went ahead and ran my electrical through here. This is kind of the point of this wall, is to be able to put the electrical in here and not have to tear the sheetrock out. I'm gonna put like a paneling board over top of this, and then also it was to get this ledge, because this is a perfect place to sit odds and ends, your drill charger, whatever your roll around toolboxes will be here. And then also to clear this ledge, because in some of y'all's garage you have this little funky concrete ledge. So now our baseboard can go all the way down and you'll never see that ledge. It's hid inside the cabinet again, and then that will allow you to run your baseboard all the way around it. I think I am going to go ahead and extend that ledge out today. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to go ahead and just run a little ledge back like it was, and actually probably put some board matching it up against that wall just to give it a little nook, possibly. I'm not 100% on it yet. We'll see where this goes. But yeah, that's what I did last night. And I did go ahead and put one coat of water base. Use this right here over top of this, but we're going to come in here today and I'm going to sand this down one more time and then coat it tonight really thick again with water base. I did used to do floors for a living, so I'm a little cheating and I got a little bit familiar with finishing wood. I didn't want this one like finished smooth because I wanted to have the rough antique farm wood, look, barn wood look. But yeah, still haven't got anything done with that. Worked last night doing all electrical, and inside the cabinet in here, I went ahead and of course I utilized this piece of wood because it was on the top, so it already had the receptacle hole cut out. So I just put the receptacle back there, and that makes for good plugging in work lights if you're under the car right there. But then I always go in here and add a plug right here for the air compressor. That way the air compressor don't have to come out, so it's got its own plug inside, so it don't have to actually come out the cabinet since it has a long hose. But yeah, I'm gonna get at it. I'm gonna get this board installed and put up and cut, and then go from there. I got a lot to do this weekend. It is Friday afternoon now. This is the stuff I actually picked up from Lowe's, so it looks just like pallet wood, but it's actually not. It's just like an MDF. This stuff was like, I think, $40 a sheet. So it's freaking crazy how much prices was last night. In redoing all of this, I'll have right over $1,000 in switching all this up. And that's not bragging, that's saying how crazy it is. Between the boxes and material, I'll have right over $1,000 in just changing my garage up. So it's absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, I think this stuff looks really good, man. And the detail is just nuts. Like, even though this is smooth, like paneling, so you can wipe it off, but I mean, the detail is crazy. So it's actually a good, really good product. I mean, look at that. I mean, the crap literally looks real. But we get it cut and get it put up. And here's what that actually stuff is called. If you want to pause the video and read it, whatever you want to do. This is from Lowe's, but it's called weathered barnwood. I guess that's the type of pattern it is, and it is an MDF board. All right, so I figured I'd give a quick update on the garage real fast, being a lot of people actually watched the other video, and I was surprised when people said they got some good ideas. So you can see the car is unburied. Got everything off of it, worked all weekend, crazy hours to get caught up. Still got some stuff left out here, but yeah, people worried about the car, you can rest assured that she has got all the stuff off of her, and this coming weekend, hopefully we will get some time to clean it up, maybe get it off of its blocks and get it outside and wash it. So I was gonna just go over what we've done real quick for the people that were actually using the videos for some of their ideas. So you can see we've got the toolboxes put over here like I talked about. Moved them over here. That opened up a lot of space. The wall, you know, we got it framed all in, where I would put ran my wiring through there so that I didn't have to cut the sheetrock apart, and that maintained all of this design that I had already done. I mean, I went up with this height. I didn't have to redo the painting on none of that. So that's the board I showed you that we went over, the ledge, how good it turned out, being rough cut lumber. So some burn down tubes that we're gonna be going over in a future video. Cut some mat for the top of the boxes just to protect them if you're banging around metal or anything on, pretty basic stuff. And well, yeah, here's some lines for the car, fuel lines. So we're gonna be going over all this later on. I've got parts in for the Comet. And you can see I'm not done 100%. I've been working crazy hours. This one's not finished out. I went all the way right here with the whatever you want to call the board, you know, for the back, basically like a backsplash or background paneling, whatever, so that it kind of creates this feeling of like this nook. So I wish I had actually another piece, because I would have probably matched it on that one, but I didn't have a piece to actually, that was, you know, the correct height and width. Got the door right here for this piece down here. Went ahead and cut this door down. You know, I just got to get out here and mount it up. Monday, which is when I'm filming this, Monday night was absolutely crazy. I'm gonna have some amazing content for y'all here in about 2 weeks whenever I can release it. Some stuff happened today that I cannot release video of this week or so, but I think y'all are gonna be mind blown at how our Monday went when I eventually released the content. So anyway, back to garage. We still got to build this door. Man, I just didn't have time. I was trying to get the garage back together and you know, just get it back so I can use it and hopefully get y'all some content of the car, but I'll get on that in spare time. It's going to get a door that basically opens like this, that goes, you know, the full distance, but it has all the drawers like I was going over, you know, in the other videos. Everything pulls out, and cleaning supplies, you know, just everything is organized, electronics, fluids, whole 9 yards. This will get capped off with some wood that way, because I can't clear this track. So the door needs to be like right here. So yeah, hardware area, nuts and bolts, all that kind of stuff. And then down inside there, compressor, shop vac, trim guns, nail guns, welding cord, light that's rolled up actually. And then also in here, there's just drill hardwares, helicoil kits, more drill bits, laser levels, nut certs, chainsaw tools, more flat wheels and stuff in there for the drill. So cutting stuff basically like in that drawer. And then just I've got to go through all these nuts and bolts. I wish I had some friends nearby that would just freaking be like, you want to hang out Friday or whatever and order some pizza and, you know, work on the car and sort out nuts and bolts. Because good Lord, man, it's just like sometimes they just pile up for me. I'm just go all the time. And sometimes I just don't have time to clean up. But all these little things are organized. And I measured this cabinet so that it would actually fit these perfect. So got the little shelf I put back up there for just random stuff. I have the Comet's lower dash piece so it don't get messed up. I have some carbon fiber right here so it don't get messed up because that stuff is expensive. Pads to protect the car, believe it or not, when it's painted. Of course you gotta have a skateboard. The bigger shelves up top, so that's the front valence, so it's just up out of the way. And then when I show you over there, I actually have drag slicks up there on that shelf. So I have two shelves that are attached to the garage door tracks, basically. Real thin OSB wood, lightweight, 2x3s, not 2x4s, you know, just to get bulk, stuff like that. And I've also got the wing through up there underneath that. So, but yeah, that's the quick basics. I had a bunch of boards left over also from tearing all this out, and I've never 100% liked my wheel chocks for the car. They're actually 4x4s in the corners. With 2x4s, I did them different, but they're just too skinny this way. So sometimes I feel iffy about the car rocking off. So I did go ahead and built some more heavy duty wheel chocks out of some of the 2x4s that I had left over from tearing all the cabinets apart. But only had enough leftover material to do the two rears. I'll do the two fronts later on out of something else. But if y'all know how the cost of lumber right now, it is absolutely ridiculous. So I'm not trying to buy 2x4s just to build this. I'll do this out of scrap. And I put the rough cut lumber actually up for sale, my leftovers, because it's hard to find rough cut lumber like that. If it don't sell, I might take the rough cut lumber and build the front ones out of it. But I'd kind of like actually manufactured lumber, you know, actually normal stuff so that it matches, you know, but it is whatever. So here's the table that we built, and I'm doing the other channel, if you haven't checked out the exotic salvage channel, where I go over a salvage title vehicle every night, show you the prices that are paid for, everything. Doing filming out here at the table on exotic for the exotic salvage channel. Laptop set up out here, and me and the wife can actually come out here and sit and talk and hang out away from the kids. Or after the kids go to bed, we can order takeout, light the candle, and come out here. But built all of this out of rough cut lumber, so you can see all the texture in it and everything. And I sanded this down really good, or better than normal, because of, you know, having our hands on it. I didn't leave it as rough as I did the ledge over there, but it's built out of the same kind of lumber. And I'll maybe drop a picture here of my pile of rough cut lumber. So, but I left the bottom on natural. I was going to stain it black, and she was like, no, why don't you just leave it natural? So that is it. I got to put some gussets in the corner, some wood gussets, but it's a little shaky. But for right now, that works. Picked up the Barstool's, the wife. I don't know if y'all's wife does this crap. Comment below and tell me if I'm not the only one. She normally piles the trash up right there when she takes out the house. And then when I come out here, I have to empty my garage of all the garbage and put it in the trash can outside. Set up this over here. This is literally everything sitting here. Framed in this workbench. So like I said, I have the vise over here now, and in the summertime you'll be able to open this door or this door up, get some airflow through here for cutting dust and crap and sweep it out, whatever. Measured it. I built it purposely so that the engine stand / table, I did the video on the conversion of that, of how to turn that into a mobile workbench. You can see it's basically a mobile workbench, engine stand, and transmission stand all in one. It goes underneath there. So this weekend, or whenever I get free time, it is crazy how much I work and go nonstop. So the word freeze time, like, I don't even know. I literally have a pounding headache right now because I have just not stopped since 8 o'clock this morning. And I'm now filming this at almost 10 o'clock at night. It's probably going to grab a snack, still go upstairs and edit it before midnight or 1 a.m., get it out to y'all, and be back at work in the morning. So it's been nuts, absolutely nuts here lately. Vise, I'll get it bolted down, it'll go right here so that it can pivot on this corner. And if you have long stock, you should be able to actually shoot it out the door as long as the weather's not bad, you know. So that's kind of the reason why I wanted it here. And then, you know, grinder, I'll probably settle it right here, and pipe bender or tube bender, I guess that's what you should call it. It's not really it is a pipe bender actually, but I bend tube with it. It'll just slide around and stay back there, so it can come out, but I might throw it in the shed. But I put a little corner shelf up here just for if you need to set a drink up there, or your phone, or drills or drill bits or something that you don't want down here and all this mess, and you got somewhere to throw that up out of the way, out of some wood. So, and again, another shelf up here. I need to cut this little bit of extra over. Like, I was just busting tail. On Sunday I did relax for a few, but it's basically, you can see that when your garage doors are installed, there's a 90-degree aluminum piece that's put on here. So I just utilized that to seal on top of. And I'd already painted my tracks all white to match my ceiling that I still haven't finished over here. Everything else is done, but that one over there is not finished. So, but storing the slicks up there so they're not in the weather. But yeah, that's the basic rundown. If you have any questions, let me know. I was surprised that, you know, y'all watching the other videos, so I said, well, let's not leave them hanging in the dark. Let's show them what, you know, is going on, and maybe they'll be understanding if I miss a night this week on a video, because my life is just absolutely crazy right now. So yeah, but toolboxes, material, like I said, I actually got some of that lumber for free, the rough cut stuff, but not including rough cut stuff, toolboxes, materials, paint, you know, the little bit of the backing boards that I had to buy, all that stuff. I'm about $1,100–1,200 in redoing this garage just to get better storage and everything. Just in the boxes were 800 of it right there, so not too bad, but still a lot of money. So a lot of money and a lot of time. Anyway, I'm not gonna waste no more time with y'all. Harper's car's still out here because the weather is just so messy that she comes out here and cranks it up and messes with it. But like, comment, subscribe, share. Thanks y'all for the support. Bear with me this week if it gets crazy and I miss a week, and we'll get back to some comment videos and Randy's stuff and other race cars ASAP. Like I said, we're doing burn down tubes coming up for this car. They're in mock-up stage, and we've got some, you know, fuel line in that we're gonna be going over this week. So I'm out. I appreciate everything from y'all, and I appreciate all the support.